Hello Honeybunches, welcome to another vlog. It's a Friday, we're getting a dog for a day. Looking after a border collie of some family friends today, can't wait. The dog, Rosie, is coming at 10 and I'm ducking off to do a couple of errands, get a few ingredients and get a hot water bottle because, well, I'll explain that later, but okay, to improve my lifestyle and ease of going to bed. And yeah, I'll check in with you later. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hate shopping centres, my god.
Rosie, come here. Rosie, check it out. Hello. It's a lovely white. They don't all have that marking, do they?
No,
some of them have
so symmetrical.
more. Don't some of them have more white? Rosie, I'll just finish washing up. And
Are you happy? Are you happy? We've come so far. Okay, it's about 11:30. I'm about to make lunch. That took like a solid hour to earn her trust. I hadn't met her before, my mum had. Yeah, it's quite exhausting. And like emotionally draining when a dog is really scared of you. But found a way in and that was scratching her under here. And then she let you pat somewhere else, but she, apart from that, when you're sitting down, yeah, generally runs away from you, so not exactly the day I imagined, but that's alright. I am now going to triple check the identity of dandelion plants with help of this book and this one. I'm pretty sure we have like 15 or so growing in our back garden and a lot of them have young leaves on them. So I'm going to pick some of them, mix them with some silver beet and make a sort of silver beet potato pie type of thing. Woolworths now stock a brand of puff pastry, which I'll show you. Exciting times to buy vegan gluten-free puff pastry at the supermarket, just for the odd thing here and there because it is very expensive and never in like large sheets. Anyway, I'm going to be following a recipe I had. It was like one of the third or fourth recipes I ever posted on my blog, so it's delish. And a real taste of childhoody type stuff. Okay, that's the plan. Also the plan is to make tamales, because I found some masa harina cornmeal while out somewhere at a supermarket. Went to a week or so ago, so I can finally make them. But yeah, off to make a dandelion silver beet potato pie. Let's go. Did you know it is the most nutritious vegetable ever tested by the US Department of Agriculture, Mum? Particularly high in iron, calcium, vitamins A, B6, E and K. Good.
Came across your oh so delicate frame. Brittle boned you sigh, crushed and decayed.
So obviously don't just take my word for it, but these soft, tall, sawtooth type leaves is what I'm looking for, and this probably yet to open, yeah, dandelion flower, is obviously a reassuring indicator that this is the stuff. I've just been taking sort of the younger leaves from the centre of them so they're not as bitter, I think is the idea, which makes sense obviously. Anyway, that'll do.
Time had been tickled.
The Nomo fruit and, well, it's not nut, it's like puffed grains, I guess, to make it nut free. It's so good. Yeah, I don't think I realised I was in a day for exercising so much patience. I think I'm going to do a bit of journaling. Haven't done that in a while. I've been sort of doing it more in this weird period we're in. Yeah. I'm now going to do a bit of writing. I'm trying to put together a submission for anyone in Australia, particularly Melbourne, heard of the Wheeler Centre. They hold a lot of like interviews with different writers, thinkers, artists, politicians, all the time, that are often free events held at the State Library. Anyway, they often do competitions, and they currently have one called The Next Chapter, which you submit a 10,000 word extract of. If you were successful, you would then receive a mentor and a grant to finish that. I don't know how many people are successful, maybe like 8 or something. Obviously not having high hopes. I don't really consider myself a writer, but I've always had like screenplay ideas on the back burner and they're not really doing anything at the moment. So I thought I would have a crack at turning the main one into a novel. It's going a bit crap so far. I've just realised that they might actually accept screenplays as like a writing type, so I've emailed them. Hopefully they'll get back to me. But anyway, I'm sure it would be an up and down process no matter what the medium is, but I've written like 2,000 words so far and I have about 2 months to work on it. That's what I'm going to do now. Another goal of mine that I decide I want to achieve in the next like few months is putting together a submission for a cookbook to be published by an actual publisher. From what I can gather, you only need to send in like a first complete chapter, as well as like an introduction, and then what the rest of the book would entail, and that is for all genres, fiction, non-fiction. So yeah, but it's a bit weird because usually if I was been making recipes, I'd like be putting them towards something which I know is gonna arrive in your hands to cook with, so it's a bit of a mind jumble because I feel like I'm sort of just doing something for a very uncertain future, and I kind of just want, if I make a good recipe, like give it to you. So that's why not many recipes are coming out, because I'm also really crap at like compartmentalizing where recipes go, because I want them to all be at the same standard, and if it's like a really good recipe, like one of my faves ever, then obviously I want it in the cookbook. But then yeah, I don't want like ones that go on the website to be like subpar. So yeah, it's just proving that no recipes are coming out to you guys, which is not what I want. But so yeah, I might do like an hour's writing. Today didn't really turn out how I wanted it to. I did all the things I intended to do, but it's just one of those days where you feel like you're doing all the really crap. Ugh. I hope those tamales will work. I definitely found wrapping them, assembling them, like, more confusing because you couldn't really seal them with the amount of filling said, or maybe my corn husks were too small. I don't know. And that dog. Mum was like, don't take it personally. I'm like, oh, maybe I do. I feel very Scorpio in my response of not being a successful dog friend, you know? I was offering love to her, I just was not getting it in response. Yeah, anyway, I guess I'm used to dogs who can't get enough pats, not the complete opposite. Fun to try dandelion leaves for the first time. Couldn't really taste them amongst all the silver beet. It's like a lettuce. Well, the leaves we had, they weren't leathery at all. They were very light and shrunk down to like almost nothing. That was so delish. It's a really simple recipe, but it's so good. Potatoes, parsley, greens, crunchy pastry, parsley, cheese. Would recommend. It's an early recipe, but it's a good one. And then writing. I really hope the Wheel Centre get back to me about whether I can submit this as a screenplay, because I'm perhaps realising why I've never read a book. Not that I'm that well read. I'm really not well read at all, but why I've never read a book where the main character is like a chronic overthinker. Because you kind of drive yourself insane writing it. And I don't say that lightly. It gets so boring and you go off on tangents writing a lot of the characters' thoughts. Pretty package, better to take home and they don't let me shop around and I got to be the lady's choice. The lady's choice. Last night I watched half of Hairspray because I hadn't seen it in ages. When it came out, it was everywhere, and my dad bought the CD and would play it on the car ride home from choir every rehearsal, and like I don't know the words to many musicals, but I do for that, and it's just, it was too much then. But clearly I've had a big break. It came out in 2007, the John Travolta one. I had a hankering for something that was like really smiling and I also thought it'd be interesting to watch how it stood the test of time, and watching in this context with the Black Lives Matter movement, where it's at the moment. So yeah. Also I used to really not like Zac Efron because he was too popular, but just as Link, you know, I'm like, don't fight it, Phoebe, he's great. He's so Link. The tamales were fab, and now we're back on head to Hairspray. it ain't gonna be hard to get into bed tonight. Yeah, never had a hot water bottle. My window doesn't shut properly, so it's always a very breezy, non-toasty, chilly spot, so that'll be nice. And Mum is crocheting me a like mini granny square hot water bottle cover with greys, purples and pinks because they're the colours she wanted to use up. I ain't complaining, it's looking great. She just did 2 squares then. Watching Hairspray, which just to, you know, drop a few pennies about it. In a selfish way, it did its job of, you know, being a cheery thing, but like it ends on Tracy and Link kissing, which is a lovely, innocent little full stop. But it's also like, wait, does love win or does segregation win? Kind of more like love, but maybe the movie's trying to make it synonymous, but it isn't really synonymous because it's just a cable show in one town. We all know where we are today, or we're all learning about where we are today. Anyway, after that, watched Gardening Australia, which is becoming like a lovely Friday night regular for me. And it had a herbalist on there, so hey, timing. It's such a good interest. I'm so glad I've picked it up. Little side, but not that I have much perspective on what my 20s are going to be like, but it does feel like after school I have, meaning after like high school, because I know in the States university is referred to as school, I think. I've been sort of working my way through the life skills, be it cooking, gardening, herbalism, well that's about it, but just wonder what your life would be like if you learnt that in your teens, you know? Sort of feels like I'm finally acquiring knowledge I wish I always had, but I feel a bit late to the party. And the idea that not everyone realises the magic and power in a dandelion, you know, just a bit of a weed that appears in the cracks of pavement. It's kind of sad. That explains a lot in terms of lack of appreciation for plants and how quickly we are to pull them out and replace them with fake grass or our own idea of nice gardens. Anyway, this day was not how I thought it would be. It wasn't entirely a positive doggy experience, as you might have gathered, but, you know, I'm just just realising that my mum watches these. Yeah, right, okay. Hope you're doing well, and I'll see you soon. I'm speaking so slowly and I hate editing it when I'm speaking so slowly, but while I love that my videos are like a little escape during this crazy time for you, it is weird for me, and it has been causing me to just like overthink the crap out of it, how me living my life is an escape for you, and that makes me feel a little bit of pressure to maintain the presentation of a certain level of everything's okay. Just to say that I know it's not always okay for me, so that's why I haven't always kept to the vlogging sketch or weekly videos. Oh, YouTube jargon. But I'm trying. Have a nice sleep. Or day. See ya.
Lost so many on the way, but the riches